Some of you viewers may remember that I conducted an interview with Dr. Vasu exactly a month ago, in which Dr. Vasu had made certain estimations for the 28 Lok Sabha seats of Karnataka. Uh, Today, I've come back to question him about those findings of his survey. How accurate was his survey? So, Dr. Vasu, welcome to Frontline. Dr. Vasu, let me jump into the interview. So, the Lok Sabha results have pretty much come. The picture is pretty much clear. Yes. So, the NDA has a majority, has a slight majority. The India alliance has performed substantially better than what.
And BJP has lost the election, but NDA has won.
That's one way to interpret it. Yes, and last time we had a conversation, I we were discussing your pre-poll surveys where you had estimated how many seats each party would win in Karnataka of the 28 Lok Sabha seats in Karnataka. So your prediction was, or rather estimation was, based on your survey, that the Congress would get at least 9 seats. So you've been proven correct. But
it is like BJP lost, but NDA is winning.
Yes.
That our prediction was right and also wrong. Our prediction that we said that Congress will definitely get 9 seats because there's no doubt in those constituencies. But in about 12 constituencies, the fight is close. And we estimated that in those close seats, Congress may perform well, much better than BJP, and Congress may even get 13 to 18 seats. So in that part, actually, we have been proved wrong. And now that Congress has got only 9 seats,
yes,
and BJP is probably at 17, and JDS has got 2.
yes. So your estimate was that the Congress could possibly get 13 to 18, and you were sort of confident enough to say that if certain things work for the Congress,
Exactly.
they could even win up to 20 seats. Now, as things stand, the final results have still not been declared, but the picture is pretty much clear. So the Congress has 9 seats, the BJP has 17, the JDS has 2, so the alliance has 19 seats, the Congress has 9 seats. Now, you were right to the extent that you said Congress will certainly win 9 seats. The BJP-JDS alliance will win 7 seats, and 12 seats. There is a tight contest.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people expected that Karnataka would be a crucial swing state, would deliver many more seats for the Congress than the 9 that it has delivered so far. I mean, it's 9 that it has delivered now. What went wrong for the Congress?
Well, even in our survey, we felt that the additional seats that Congress may get beyond 9 will come from the guarantee program that it has implemented. So we think, yes, it has played a role because you can see that the backward area of Karnataka, where there are more poor people and more oppressed communities, that is Hyderabad, Karnataka, all the 5 seats Congress has won. And the other seat that it has won in down south is Nagar, which is again most oppressed communities live there and also a relatively backward district. And again Chikodi, out of Chikodi and Belgaum, 2 Lok Sabha constituencies, but coming in the same district, Belgaum district. Chikodi is the relatively backward. The only surprise is down here. Down here is a relatively developed district in Karnataka. So it looks like the guarantees have played role. But other than that, in other parts, it is not the guarantees, but it is the caste polarization in Karnataka that has probably worked. JDS, as you know, is basically a Vakaliga party, which allied with BJP, and in the south, except for Nagar, where there's not much presence of Vakaliga. In all the other seats, BJP and JDS alliance have it has won in all the seats in south. So it looks like more a caste election than that one which has mostly worked, mostly a result of guarantee programs, that is, the welfare programs that are implemented by Congress Party.
Thank you for that, Dr. Vasu. So, what about, I mean, when you say the caste, dominant caste communities coming together, the Lingas and Okalikas coming together, there was some skepticism that the BJP is a primarily Lingayat party, the JDS is primarily a Vokalika party. So there was some doubt whether BJP and JDS coming together with whether these two dominant communities of Karnataka would work, the alliance would work between them. But it seems like the alliance has worked. Would you agree with me?
Yes, it has worked, and it was quite evident even in our survey when we asked this question to both the traditional BJP and JDS supporters. 93% of them said that they are happy with the alliance. Only 7% people were unhappy with the alliance. We do not know whether that is. We have not. We have to look at the numbers whether they are more Muslim voters or backward class voters. But otherwise, they were happy with the alliance. And in Karnataka, both JDS and BJP, they are in anti-Congress space. For example, take Mysore. Mysore, you have presence of all the three parties. But there you find JDS versus Congress constituency, assembly constituency, or BJP versus Congress assembly constituency. There is no JDS versus BJP assembly constituency there. You find such constituencies elsewhere, of course, in Raichur and Tumkur, but in the rest of Karnataka, basically South Karnataka, um, both are in anti-Congress space. So it has worked well for them. So that is regarding the political stand of the supporters that who support BJP or JDS, but there is a social angle to it also. That is, like you said, that Congress, or sorry, uh, JDS is basically a Okaliga party, and Lingayats consider BJP as their party. And that combination has worked for NDA alliance in Tamil.
Which is very interesting because it
May not be healthy.
it may not be healthy certainly, but it's certainly interesting because a lot of people understand Karnataka politics through the prism of this historic rivalry between the Lingayats and the Vokkaligas at different times when the Congress was the main dominant political power in Karnataka. Both these dominant communities were with the Congress. Later, at different points, whenever these two communities have come together, that has led to the victory of whichever party that they have supported.
Yes.
So it's an interesting portent for the future. If the BJP and JDS can work together, it throws up some interesting possibilities in the future. Also, this election has again shown the trend that has been established in Karnataka over the past four Lok Sabha elections, and this is the fifth one, where voters vote very consciously, very differently in the legislative assembly elections and differently in the Lok Sabha elections. What do you have to say about that?
So that is continued even now, and beyond 9 seats that were guaranteed for Karnataka for Congress in our survey, the remaining seats did not come to the remaining votes did not come to Congress basically because of this reason. One is for this caste equation, and second one, BJP is the preferred national party for Karnataka, and it continued even in this election. But of course, it could not make it a clean sweep like it did in 2019. And as expected by many pre-polls and exit polls that were done um, around this election, that did not happen. And we were close to predict this, that Congress will get more than 9 seats. But BJP still is the preferred national party for Karnataka. That is quite evident.
Although the percentage of support for the BJP in terms of vote share has come down. In 2019, it was 51%.
Yes.
And now it's come down to 45 point something.
Yeah, but JDS, it's ally put together, they get somewhere around the same votes.
Somewhere around 51%.
Yes.
And this goes back, I think, to the vote share of BJP that they had secured in 2014, when they had secured around 43% of the vote share. And along with the JDS, now they're slightly more than 50%, 51%.
Yes.
And so, in a way, for the Congress to win 9 seats itself, considering that this vote share has taken place between the BJP and JDS, and considering that the Congress won only one seat in 2019, this can be considered an achievement
For Congress?
Yes.
Well, yes, for many reasons. One, as I told you, BJP is the preferred national party. That is hurdle that Congress has to pass. And BJP, it's mighty election machinery and many institutions supporting them. With all that, yes, of course, it's an achievement, but not to a great extent because Congress is in ruling here and they have 135 plus MLAs, and BJP is not in a good shape as far as the state leadership is concerned. When that is the case, you have won only 9 seats. So this is not a great achievement if you take these things into consideration.
There were some doubts raised whether the charisma of PM Modi has been declining, and even your own survey revealed that when PM Modi's charisma was challenged by the popularity of CM Siddaramaiah, there, there was slightly greater support for CM Siddaramaiah. So now that the results are here, uh, can we say that the sense that there is a fatigue associated with PM Modi's leadership is not evident in Karnataka?
Yes, because it is not as glaring as you can see in North Karnataka. Even in Gujarat, where people say that there is no opposition party at all, there was some resistance during the election counting. At some point of time, in 4 or 5 seats, um, either Congress or Aam Aadmi Party was leading, or their alliance was leading. But I don't know the final figure. But you can see that North India, that fatigue or maybe a dissent note, and maybe in UP there is a wave uh, against BJP or Narendra Modi government. It may not be against Yogi Adityanath government, but definitely against Modi government. In Karnataka, it is not seen that. But that does not mean that there is a considerable, that there is no bigger section in the population who are not against Modi, because Congress has still got 45 plus 46% plus votes in this election, which is actually higher than what it got in the previous assembly election. So that just shows that there is a considerable section in the electorate who are against Narendra Modi, but it is not so much that it can tilt the balance in Karnataka in Lok Sabha seats.
It's interesting. So, just for a viewer, just to reiterate, in the Legislative Assembly elections, Congress got around 43% vote share, and this has now increased to almost 46% in this Lok Sabha election. Despite that, they have not managed to win more seats in the Lok Sabha elections, which goes on to show how the when an alliance works, it adds incremental value to the political party strength. One more question, Dr. Vasu. I want to ask. You mentioned the formidable caste coalition that the BJP-JDS alliance formed. The the fatigue associated with Modi wasn't as significant in Karnataka as in some other parts. Did the ideology of Hindutva, play a role in alluring voters in Karnataka to the BJP? Or let me rephrase it differently. Has Karnataka now become a permanent anchor or an outpost of the Hindutva ideology in South India?
Well, it is there definitely, but not to a very great extent, except in coastal area. Coastal area, you can see this time that there were 3 candidates who actually fought election quite seriously. Unlike the previous elections, in the previous elections, it even did not look like an election from Congress side. For example, in Udupi Chikmagalur constituency in 2019, that seat was offered to JDS. JDS and Congress were in alliance at that time. JDS could not find a candidate. So a candidate was imported from Congress into JDS, and he was suddenly made a JDS candidate, Pramod Mathura. So that, and even in Uttar Kannada, again, a seat was offered to JDS, and Anand Asnotikar was not known to many. So that did not look like an election. But in spite of that, because of that, there was BJP won all the 3 seats, including South Canara, with a very big margin. Anand Kumar Hegde getting, his margin was more than 5 lakhs. He got 8 votes more than what Narendra Modi got. But in this election, it was not like that. In South Canara, Mangalore constituency, Padmaraj, who is from Bilava community, everybody felt that he may even win the election. And even in Udupi Chikmagalur, some people felt that there is 50-50 fight. So that was against Kota Srinivas Pujari, Jaiprakash Hegde from Congress. And in North Kendra, it was quite interesting that Anjali Nimbalkar, who is from Khanapur Assembly constituency, which is part of Belgaum but part of Kendra Lok Sabha constituency, gave a very good fight. It was a very strategic move Congress because Maratha community is number one community in that constituency now, and it's basically a OBC constituency. So, and it was all actually there in the year that Brahmin candidate is winning there for maybe more than 2.5 decades. And now, though there's a different candidate, but still belongs to Aveka community. So this talk was there in the year that OBCs should get that seat. But still, Anjali Nimbalkar could not make it. Not just that, she lost that election by a very big margin. So this shows that in this part of Karnataka, coastal Karnataka, it is this ideology. I call it fake Hindutva ideology because you call it Hinduism or Hindutva. It should not be associated with like with an organization like RSS or BJP. So that has significant influence there. But I do not think that that is the thing that is being played out in different parts. Though this influence is there in every part of Karnataka, but in other areas, it is mostly the caste which is playing a significant role.
One final question, Dr. Vasu. You were one of the few people that perhaps I saw on YouTube who stuck his neck out and who strongly and very robustly said these exit polls are all pumping, right? And you were proven right. None of the exit polls even came close to the figures that were revealed today, right? So, what do you have to say about the spate of exit polls that gave up to 400 seats for the NDA? Do you have any comments about that?
Well, yes, but I must also confess one more thing. We were close because many people in Karnataka, much before election, during election, and even in exit polls were saying that Congress will get anywhere between 1 and 3. We said Congress will definitely cross double digits. Though we were not successful in, because now Congress has got only 9. It has not reached 13 that the lower estimate that we put out. But still, I would say that the exit polls were too bad. First of all, I question the necessity or relevance of exit polls because today election is over and in 3 days election it will be counted. Why do you need for 2 to 3 days apart from the TRP and all the hype that you create, and maybe people may have some profit in the market, I do not know, but why do you need that? But I do think that much before election, pre-poll surveys are necessary from our point of view. When I say our point, as the community media, which wants to bring the voices of the marginalized into the forefront. Otherwise, during election, there will be many strong forces who want to capture the mandate. We keep on saying that this is what electorate is feeling, and the interests of few will be blown out so much to say that this is what Nathan is saying. And they have media, powerful mainstream media, and everything, and to convince people that yes, these people are moving, and that actually helps in to win election because people there is a tendency to vote for the winning party. So whether that party is serving the interests of the large sections of people or not is not votes. That is why we want to put it out that ordinary people are thinking about these issues. Of course, those issues were felt by people, but they did not vote based on that in Karnataka entirely. it was to a limited extent that they voted on maybe welfare programs and things like that. People again tend to vote on caste and other things, but still these voices have to be heard. So that is what we feel. We are in this work basically because of that. But when exit polls came out, whose interest they are serving? I mean, you could see that they were not just that they were not correct, but there was some other agenda in it. Because in every election, in the exit poll, you see different ranges that are being played out. But here, everybody was playing around the same range, maybe 350 to 400, as if everybody has gone to the same set of people, used the same methodology. So that actually surprised. And more than that, the 14% difference in vote share in Karnataka between the two alliances that were put out surprised us. Then we got into what my axis had released about their sampling. So we started questioning that. So we felt that it was necessary. Otherwise, generally there is a tendency that one media does not talk about other media, and one survey agency does not say anything about others. Whether you become correct or not, it's in public domain, and people can see. Now people can also go back to our video, and some people will find that yes, we had said that only 9 seats are guaranteed for Karnataka for Congress, but some more people may say that you are also said 13 to 16. It is our responsibility to say that we went wrong to this extent, and this is the reason why we went wrong. So that is how social science also develops. But as far as exit polls are concerned, I don't think the necessity for exit polls. People say that pre-poll surveys have to be banned. If they are banned, also it is fine. But if they are not banned, then people's media hosts like Eedina will continue to do surveys and put out people's opinion. But exit polls, I think they're not relevant at all. So that's the reason that we had to say that probably on second, that no, these are not correct surveys.
Thank you, Dr. Vasu, and thank you for having the grace to engage with these questions about the survey. Thank you for having the grace to sort of acknowledge that you're partially wrong. A lot of people do not have that capacity to come back and answer when their survey that's been proved even slightly wrong. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Leno.